It's interesting to think that the Nazis persecuted people for religious reasons. These are Aryan people who should have been respected and loved by the Nazi Party, who because of their beliefs were actively persecuted and pushed out. We need to understand about Christianity. See, back in the early days of the Nazis' rise to power, Christianity was the major religion in Germany. If you wanted to get into an elected position in Germany, you needed the Christians to like you. That still happens today. USA, pretty much every politician is a vocal and active Christian, and Nazis tried to do that as well. But they had a unique problem. The Nazis' ideology does not match with Christian ideology. Killing and torturing and, should we say, fear and oppression and control do not align with peace and respect for other people. So the Nazis, rather than focus on the differences, focused on the similarities. There were a couple of things that Christians did like about the Nazis. Particularly, one was their moral values, or the focus on them. What that means is the Nazi views on marriage, children and women followed up with what Christians believed the Bible said. And so many Christians thought that they were the Christian-like party. But on top of that, and the more important one, is communism. See, communism is a political ideology that boasts about equality. Everyone is exactly the same. But as part of that, and for reasons I'm not going to get into, is the removal of religion entirely. Communism, as a tenet of a part of it, wants to get rid of Christianity and other religions like it because they believe it sows inequality. Now, Christians obviously don't like that, so many Christians do not like communism. Communism is the enemy of Nazism. They are opposite ends of the political spectrum. So the Nazis' active and open dislike of communism, active banning of communism in the Reichstag fire, was a thing that Christians supported. Now, in Germany, there are two major groups of Christians, and I need to talk about how they were treated and what exactly occurred to them. The first one is actually the minority one, it is the Catholics or Catholicism. Catholicism is arguably one of the worldwide biggest forms of Christianity or denominations of Christianity, and it's probably one of the oldest forms. But one particular point about it is that it is led by one person, the Pope, who lives in the Vatican, which is a country inside the city of Rome in Italy. Confusing. But for a Catholic person, you follow the Pope whenever you are being commanded to do anything as part of your religion. They represent your views. And so to get them on side, Hitler made an agreement with the Pope. It's called the Concordat. What the agreement basically said is that as Hitler, I will not prevent Catholic Christians from doing what they like in Germany. I will not affect Catholic Christians, and in return the Pope supports me, or the Pope promises to say nothing bad about me. It's an agreement by both of them to essentially say that we are not going to harm each other's groups of people. Now, that quickly became a problem for Hitler. See, in Hitler's mind, he wants to be the only leader in someone's mind. If he says do something, that person needs to do it. But for Catholics, there's a problem. There are two leaders. They have Hitler, the leader of their country, and the Pope, the leader of their religion. If those two ideas cross, Hitler did not like the idea that a Pope could over-command him, or someone would follow the Pope instead of him. So this actually led to persecution. The Nazis would arrest and harass priests of Catholic faith, and no matter what those Catholics preached, eventually the Pope went back on his Concordat and released a statement basically saying the Nazis were evil. It shows that the Nazis were willing to persecute anyone who did not follow their ideals. In terms of the Protestants, the other major group of major denomination of Christianity, which has no leader, Protestants had a bit of a split between them. Some Protestants loved the idea of Nazism. They loved moral values. In fact, they would wear Nazi uniforms to church. I think there's a famous phrase, I've got it here, it says, "The swastika in our chests and the cross in our hearts." There was a Reich bishop, a Nazi in charge of the church in Germany, which is bonkers to me. But some other groups, like Martin Niemöller's Confessional church, disagree with the Nazis and vocally practiced against them. Martin Niemöller was sent to a concentration camp for his views, as well as many members of the Confessional Church. But you get the idea. Anyone who doesn't follow Nazi beliefs will still be persecuted. There were other religions in Germany, obviously Judaism, we'll get there, but Jehovah's Witnesses, Hindus, just varieties of others, particularly ones that believed in pacifism, like Jehovah's Witnesses. They refused to join the army, which essentially is refusing conscription and not doing as the Nazis want. That was worth going to some concentration camps. The whole thing about, well, religion and the Nazis is that the Nazis kind of wanted themselves to be a religion. So knowing that, here's the questions you should be able to answer to move on from this section. Why did the Christians support the Nazis? Why did the relationship of the Catholic Church break down? What did the Nazis do to Catholic priests? What was the general reaction of Protestants? What was the Confessional Church? And what other religious groups interacted with the Nazis? If you know the answer to those questions, you've revised this section. Good luck, and I'll see you later.